There's an idea that has been circulating for a while now called the 10 Golden Summers. The idea is simple. When you reach the later years of your life, you'll probably only have about 10 really good summers left. Summers where your body still works well enough, where you can walk the beach, swim in the ocean, and sit outside late into the evening without pain or exhaustion dragging you home. It's a powerful idea because it forces you to confront time. It gently removes the illusion that later is guaranteed, and it asks you to live with a little more intention now. But recently, while walking with my daughter, something else struck me. There's another set of golden summers we almost never talk about, not at the end of life, but right at the beginning of someone else's. The first 11 golden summers. The summers when your child is still small, when they still think you're fascinating, when they still believe you're capable of anything. It's that brief window where you're not just a parent, you're a hero. And there's something we don't say out loud very often. There'll never be another time in your life when a human being loves you quite like this. Not your friends, not your partner, not even your parents, because this love is uncomplicated. It's unearned. It's freely given. And then, quietly, without ceremony, it changes. One day, and none of us know when, this season will end. There'll be a last time you pick them up, a last bedtime story, a last time they ask you to stay until they fall asleep, a last time they reach for your hand in public. And the hardest part is that none of those moments announce themselves as final. There's no bell, there's no signal, there's no gentle voice saying, "Pay attention, this matters." It just slips past while you're busy living. And that's what makes these summers so precious. Not because they're easy, and anyone who's been a parent knows they're not, but because they're irreversible. They're messy, and they're loud and exhausting, and they're filled with interrupted sleep and plans that never quite go to plan. And yet, presence, real presence, is the only thing that survives time. There's a statistic that stopped me in my tracks when I first came across it. Researchers estimate that by the time your child turns 12, you've already spent around 2/3 to 3/4 of all the time you'll ever spend with them. Not because love ends, but because life speeds up. School expands, they prioritize friends, independence grows, distance starts to creep in. You don't lose them, but the shape of the relationship changes. And that's why these early summers matter so much. Not because every moment needs to be magical, and certainly not because every day should be memorable, but because this is a once-in-a-lifetime relational configuration. There is one brief window where you are their safe place, their favorite person, and their reference point for the world, all at the same time. Later, they may love you, they may respect you, they may even admire you, but they'll never again see you as best friend, hero, and home all at once. And this isn't just a story about family. A child who grows up with presence, not perfection, just presence, learns something fundamental about being human. They learn, often without words, that I matter without needing to earn it. And that belief becomes emotional regulation, secure attachment, the ability to trust, and the capacity to repair relationships. It's how better partners are formed, and better leaders, and better parents. So when I say that showing up for these early summers might be one of the most important things we can do for the world, I don't mean it poetically, I mean it developmentally. Now I want to pause for a second because this matters. If your child is already older and you're listening to this with a tightening in your chest, hear me clearly. This is not a message of blame. History is not destiny. There are always moments waiting to be created, moments for laughter, moments for forgiveness, moments where something old softens and something new begins. Maybe you were a perfect parent and your child is still struggling in some way. Maybe you were far from perfect and they're finding their own way in the world. Maybe you missed opportunities, and maybe you already feel the weight of regret. If that's you, I am genuinely sorry. That pain is real. And this message isn't here to deepen it. It's here to widen the circle of compassion. But for those who still have the opportunity, even a small one, this is an invitation. Not to quit your job, not to abandon responsibility, and not to live with constant guilt, just to choose presence more often than distraction. Because it's often the most ordinary moments that become the most precious. It's reading the same story 100 times, the same jokes, the same questions, the same routines that you quietly assume will last forever until one day they don't. And much later, you may find yourself counting your final 10 golden summers. And when that time comes, how you feel about them may be shaped by how you lived these first 11. Not because you did everything right, but because you were there, because you noticed, because you loved openly, imperfectly, and in real time. We don't get to choose how long each season lasts, but we do get to choose how present we are while it's here. And maybe, just maybe, that's how we meet the end of life, not with regret, but with gratitude. Thank you.